This is a beer with Bunzerelly.
We said we were going to talk about some concerts, gigs. First gig.
Yes.
What's the first gig you remember?
The first live concert I went to. So to preface this, the first actual live recording musicians was I actually saw my grandfather. He was in a retirement home, like
What was he playing?
jazz. He was playing piano at the time. He could play guitar
Right.
or piano because he was a talented stage musician.
He was a session musician, was he?
He was a session musician. He would play weddings. He would play clubs, and
And he played with other artists.
yeah, and in his older age, he would play at the retirement home dances and stuff. And I saw Jacob Dylan, Bob Dylan's son, Jacob Dylan, the Wallflowers.
Oh, okay.
I saw them playing live at some kind of festival.
Right.
And I just happened to catch them on the radio and get into them.
Does he still do music?
I think he does a solo act, not as the Wallflowers, but as Jacob Dylan.
I didn't know that he was the Wallflowers. Yeah. I'm not a huge
You never
fan.
knew that? No. Oh, Jacob Dylan. Yeah, it's Bob Dylan's son. If you listen to Wallflowers, you'll hear the Bob Dylan in him. A Chili Peppers concert.
Well, so your granddad, then Dylan Jr.,
Yeah.
and then the Chili's. So what year did you see the Chili's?
It was 1999 or 2001, but it was a Chili Peppers and Snoop Dogg opened for him.
Wow.
And at the time, I was more of a rap music listener.
Chili's were big in the late 90s, really.
Yes.
Early, yeah. Mid-90s.
I think it was late 90s, but I was like,
I always remember Suck My Kiss.
yeah, I rediscovered the Chili's from seeing them live.
I used to work with some guys, and they got me into the Chili's. Never been a huge fan, but I did go and see them. I saw the Chili's in Manchester in England, probably in about mid-90s.
Okay.
No, early 90s, like 92, 3, 4, maybe 93. But yeah, I don't remember much about the day because obviously I was probably pretty drunk. But I remember seeing them, and yeah, they were. I remember who's the guy that would always get his tackle out. There's one guy who would always get naked on stage.
Oh, Flea.
Flea, yeah,
Yes.
he'd always drop his pants or something. I mean, I remember, and he did take it. I'm pretty sure he took his pants off, or his trousers, whatever you want to call them, and got his old wing wang throwing it around. And everyone was like, "Yes, it's pretty radical, I suppose." But yeah, I did. So I did see the Chili's, probably way before you saw them. I mean, I saw them early 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, I was late 90s or early 2000s. I want to say 2000s.
Yeah, but I don't. I just the whole night is a blur because it was
I know it was before I was married. I know that much.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
Yeah, but it was, for me, I was like, well, Snoop Dogg's opening for him, and I like the Chili Peppers, but
You like Snoop Dogg?
yeah, that's my thing. That was my Snoop Dogg was my first CD I bought.
Right.
It was.
Never got into rap.
Here's my.
And I'm not dissing it. I just never got into it.
At some point when I was in high school, which was 93, 94. No, it was 90. Chronic came out in 92. So it was 92.
Right.
It was the Dr. Dre videos showed up on MTV. And I would see them, and kids in school were repeating the lyrics of them. So I'm thinking, okay, let me jump on this Dr. Dre thing. And I started watching these Dr. Dre videos. I didn't appreciate the history about Dr. Dre until later, but I would see this guy named Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg was, he was taking his verse, and Snoop Dogg was the showman. Snoop Dogg was, basically the album was, Dr. Dre was a producer. He never, even on the Chronic, his rhymes were always written by whoever was on the album with him. So if he was on an album with Ice Cube, it meant Ice Cube was writing his raps.
Right.
If he was on an album with Snoop Dogg, it meant Snoop Dogg was writing his raps. So I'm watching Dr. Dre, and I'm like, okay, this is cool. But man, the Snoop Dogg, I just got with his delivery and what, like, this guy needs to have an album. That's just me back at anything. Like, this guy's going places. I said, the Snoop Dogg guy is going to be something.
Yeah, now look at him. He's got nowhere. He hasn't made a penny.
He's making cooking videos with Martha Stewart now.
I know. Well, hey, who wouldn't want to make cooking videos with Martha Stewart?
But I'm like, I his album came out. I bought my first CD player. It was like a CD changer. And I was like, no, I'm sorry. So for Christmas, I got a CD, like a 6-disc CD changer.
Yep.
I went out and bought myself Doggy Style. That was my first album, the first Snoop Dogg album. And I listened to that, and they were like, oh, you get the Chronic, which the Dr. Dre first solo album after NWA. It prefaced that. So I got involved in that. And somebody was like, I started listening to Ice Cube and stuff. And somebody was like, I'm like, Ice Cube and Dr. Dre need to make an album together. I'm like, you don't know about NWA? Like, I didn't know about any of that stuff. In the 80s, it was NWA. It was Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E and stuff.
Right.
So I started weaving my way through that. And I started following.
Oh, man, I so missed that scene. I'm
so
so jealous.
I could legitimately say I've owned every Ice Cube album.
My introduction, now my brain's working again, I guess was Grandmaster Flash, really.
See, like that one.
That's like, I mean, old school, right?
Yeah, it's older
higher,
school than
baby.
me.
Get higher, baby. Don't ever come down. Free bass. Doo-doon, doo-doon, doo-doon. Awesome. And crazy enough, Will Smith. I love Will Smith.
Oh, I love Will Smith.
I mean, his old classic shit is, you can't knock it.
No, they say he's corny and he's whatever.
He is
but it's like
corny.
you're going to Miami, like, doo, and I'm like, all about it.
No,
Like,
yeah.
driving it.
Will Smith, it was great.
Back in on the Red Hot Chili Peppers was I knew of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I appreciated them, but I was like, all of a sudden, I'm like waving a can in the wind, like, oh, Californication. And I'm like, because you know the songs, but you forget the songs, but you see them live, and all of a sudden you remember them more when you're seeing them singing them. It's like they're waking up something in you.
Right.
It's
I
a
know
song
what
you don't know that well,
Yeah.
but all of a sudden they're waking up something in you.
Right. So what about your most, what was your most recent concert?
Okay, so I did Dave Matthews, then I did the Snoop Dogg one, and then I did because I got older. I got my it was in my 30s.
Dave Matthews, he's an anomaly. I used to know a lot of Dave Matthews heads.
Yeah,
They were like, they were deadheads, but they were younger deadheads. So they weren't into the Grateful Dead. They were into Dave Matthews and a few other bands, Fish.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of session, kind of songs that would go on for like 15 minutes.
yeah.
And be like, okay, I could probably listen to the first 5 minutes, go for a piss, come back, and still catch the last 5 minutes, and maybe get a beer at the bar too. So 20-minute songs, never really.
That was the thing with Dave
It
Matthews.
was too much.
It was long songs, and
they were too drawn out. Yeah.
they all sounded the same until I had I was fortunate enough to see him in concert. So in my mind, I'm going, oh, it's this one, it's that one. But I'm catching certain hooks at certain moments. So I'm looking for certain songs.
He hasn't done anything for a while, has he? Let's face it. But
No.
but I don't know. Maybe he has. I'm just not.
Oh, I've
not
never
seen
heard
it
like,
anymore.
hey, have you heard the new Dave Matthews? Like personally, like I don't know what they're doing. And the ones after that, Elton John. My Wedding Song Is Your Song by Elton John. So he sang that live. So I was at Elton John singing my wedding song live with my wife.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, we did our little slow dance and everything with my, and my mother-in-law was there, my sister-in-law was there. It was like it was cool. And then the concert I went to after that was Neil Diamond. And Neil Diamond, like our mother-in-law loves Neil Diamond.
Right. Yeah, that wasn't so long ago, was it?
No, that was
10 years ago, maybe.
It was 10 years, yeah.
Yeah, 10 years only.
Yeah, but it was
On this planet too long.
and the Neil Diamond concert, I tell you, he maybe just from being so experienced, he knows how to throw a concert.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, he was like singing like, "Hey, people in the back," and he's turning around, he's looking at the people
love
over
to see
here.
Neil Diamond.
Oh my God, it was great.
But if I ever saw Billy Joel,
See, I would love Billy Joel.
I can't do with Billy Joel.
You can't even do old Billy Joel,
No,
or is it new Billy
I
Joel?
don't like any Billy Joel. Billy can go and play his piano in the bottom of the ocean. So, sorry, Billy. No disrespect to you as a human being.
Because there is a big jump from 60s Billy Joel to 80s Billy Joel. So I don't know if it's all Billy Joel or, I mean.
I can't do Billy Joel.
You can't do Billy Joel.
Can't do any Billy Joel. What turned me up, I think I was down Duval Street in New Orleans, one of my drunken hazes. And I went to the O'Brien's, Pat O'Brien's, dueling pianos. And Billy Joel. It was Billy Joel versus Billy Joel. It's like, what's with the freaking Billy Joel? All right, yeah, we get it. Billy Joel. All right, yeah, he was good. He was okay, but we don't have to play every freaking Billy Joel song that he ever wrote. No, not a Billy Joel. No, some people take him and leave him. I leave him.
I got into his because my parents were like, oh. I specifically remember my parents calling me down for a "We Didn't Start the Fire," and they're like, "Oh, look, he's talking about every world event." But I didn't.
That
buy
was the
it.
only song I actually like that he did.
Really?
Yes, that's the only one. And
I felt like that was the worst song he ever did.
Exactly, and that is why I freaking liked it, because that was the worst song he ever did.
Maybe it was his pop song at the time or
It
something.
was, I don't know what it was, late 80s, I don't know. But
I don't know. I was always 70s. I was always like Uptown Girl. None of that stuff, really.
Can't stand him. Dude,
Damn.
no, I would rather.
I mean, I'm not going to take that from you, Steve.
I'd rather drop a 20-pound weight on my big toe.
Oh, I got one I got to throw in there.
Which one?
I don't know where you're going to go on this one, Steve. I'm actually curious. I don't even know if you know who they are. Les and Jake.
Les and Jake. Yeah, they're a British band, I think, aren't they?
No, it's Florida. They are from Gainesville.
Oh, they are. They are from
It's
Gainesville.
ska.
I've heard of them. Okay.
It's like Mighty Boss Tones or that kind of music. It's just
Right.
horns
They have
and
a horn
punk.
section. They have
Yes.
they have a
And
they have
I
a
would
brass
hear them.
section.
Yeah.
Ask me what job I would do if I didn't do the job I do right now.
What job would you do?
I would be a brass band conductor. Like brass band?
Like horns?
Brass band music is all horn section, right?
Okay.
It's all tubas, trombones, trumpets, sax. It's all brass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would be the guy that conducts that shit. That would be. I don't want to play it. I just want to conduct it. So I'll listen to it all the time and conduct it. So I would be a brass band conductor. That's what I would do. Think of the movie Brassed Off. Have you ever heard of that movie? It's an English movie.
Haven't.
It's an English movie. It's about a colliery band, a mine band that try and make it to the regional champions, so to speak. But it's full of drunks and the guys that go to work every day and whatever. But and the lead guy, Pete Postlethwaite, who's dead now, he was the conductor. So I would be a brass band conductor, buddy. So yeah, that horn. I think what I'm getting at is that horn sound, that live horn section is unbelievable.
Yep, that's what I saw.
Unbelievable.
That's right. I saw it in a small venue because they were like 20 feet. They're like the guys across the street from me.
Although I did see many moons ago, I saw a guy do Vivaldi, the Four Seasons, like the whole freaking
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
No, Vivaldi, the Four Seasons. It was a guy called Nigel Kennedy. He's a violinist, an English guy, and I went to see him. It was like strawberries and champagne in the park. It was in London. And he did the whole Vivaldi Four Seasons. That was a fantastic, because it was daylight, it was outdoor, it was summer. I was drinking champagne. One of my favorite ones, man, was I saw Mellencamp back in '92.
That would be a good one.
That was great. That was in the UK again. It was at Birmingham Arena, '92. Oh, huge Mellencamp fan. Always have been. I was before, and I still am today. I can listen to Mellencamp. I can just drive the kids crazy with
those chords. It's like do 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 do. It's like
I can. I heard he's writing an opera, kind of a musical about Jack and Diane.
Okay,
but it's whatever. Huge Mellencamp fan. Always have been, always will be. Haven't seen him. I saw him once, and that was '92. Wish I'd seen him again. Oh wow, it's guess snowballed from there really. One of the best gigs I saw Huey Lewis in the News, and they were awesome. They were great. I was like literally looking up Huey Lewis's nostrils because I was like the second guy back from the stage. That was a great gig. I remember having a great time there.
Live concerts and going into movie theaters. Like, I got my first shot. I'll have my second shot by the end of this month or end of my next month.
Well, they're releasing movies now in parallel with streaming companies, right? It's like HBO.
Some are.
Netflix.
You know what it is? It's easier for me to justify spending $20 to go out to a movie theater than to spend $20. $25 for a one-time home purchase is tough. It's tough to. I'm not saying tough, but it's tough to justify in your own head.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to get into a movie at home. I mean, I love watching TV at home. I mean, the kids go to bed. I got 3 of them. But then I want to watch something. So me and the missus usually end up watching. We watch some TV. We watch some game show or some shit, something we're both into.
Yeah,
and then like she'll go to bed, and they're like, "Oh, ooh, I get to watch what I want to watch."
Yeah,
that's great. And then that's my like hour and 30 minutes, before I basically comatose on the couch. But I'm into so much. The content that's on now, I think, is way cleverer than it was. I'm watching so many shows. Like you got the missus into WandaVision, which I'm not a big fan of.
And that's fine. It's not your thing.
Like guys that can have suits that protect them from the universe and freaking. I mean, I love space aliens. Don't get me wrong. My favorite movie of all time is The Thing. Okay. Which is like completely ridiculous about some shape-shifting shit that they find in the Arctic.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I see that as possibly in my twisted reality. I see that as possibly being real.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's Superman flying around,
No, and I would never take that from you. Steve.
But I love Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, the original Superman. Christopher Reeve.
Have you ever watched Man of Steel?
The TV show, is that a TV show?
No, it's the Henry Cavill movie.
No, I haven't.
Because me and Bob will throw you a strong argument on Henry Cavill's Man of Steel.
Well,
it was good. It was good.
Well, maybe I should give it some.
And I am not
space.
#Snyder, bring back Snyderverse, but I am all about Man of Steel. Like,
right.
That was a good Superman.
You know what? Maybe to me it's nostalgia. Maybe I'm just saying I like it for a nostalgic reason rather than an actual content and plot reason.
Yeah. There is an experience about going to the movie theater. So what happened was through this COVID thing, there was, they were still trying to figure it out as it happened. Everybody's grasping at straws.
Right.
So they're like, hey, we're gonna release Wonder Woman 85 and say you could either download it instantly for $25 or you could subscribe to HBO Max. Like and we have streaming services. You and me both have a handful of streaming services.
More than I can.
But it's like, let me get another one because I want to see this one specific.
But I only
movie.
get 2 hours of my life to watch that streaming service. Right?
Yeah.
Because by the time I've done I've gone to work, I've come back, I put the kids to bed. Yeah. I've only got 2 hours to.
So how invested are you? How invested are you that you would get another streaming service just to see that one movie you want to see? That's my problem with HBO Max.
I'm not invested in that.
I don't want to see. I'm not getting HBO Max because I want to see.
I'm probably the same as you. The same as the next.
Yeah, I know.
So the next red-blooded male.
Like I know Godzilla versus King Kong is a cool thing.
I have Netflix.
I want to get my HBO Max subscription.
I have Netflix. I have Amazon Prime.
Yep.
And I don't even know why I have Prime, really, because I don't need my shit that quick.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes.
Yeah, I've never needed anything that quick.
Yeah, exactly. Do I really need it next day? Not particularly.
I don't think it's the 2-day. I think it's the free. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think
it's a free shipping.
Yeah, exactly. So I got that. And then I do have HBO Max, which I the missus is trying to get me to cancel it, but I kind of enjoy it because there's a few shows on there I like. I'm watching something called what was I watching recently on HBO Max? Anyway, regardless, But I like HBO Max. I always find something on there, like it's like a last minute go to. So there's like the 3 streaming services, and then Disney, courtesy of you, thank you very much. Because I refuse to do it, but I think the wife got your account. So that's about it. And that. Plus, I have a local TV app which gives me like local TV in the New York area.
Yeah.
Which we so we can get news and Jeopardy and all that shit.
But there's no movie that's coming out that you would want to buy a service to see the movie.
But I'm not getting hit with any. I just can't think that I'm being hit with any new movies I want to watch.
No, when it came down to me, it was.
I tell you what, just to butt right in.
Yeah, go do it.
I just bought a new Apple TV. Okay, so I've got 2 Apple TVs now. I had an old as ass one, and I've got a new one. And if you buy any Apple product now, you get free Apple TV for 12 months. Okay, so and I am a Tom Hanks addict. Right, I love Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. I could watch Tom Hanks painting a wall white, and I would buy that DVD, and I would watch Tom Hanks for an hour with a fucking roller painting it white. All right, that's how much I think he could make that into a plot. But he did a movie on Apple TV only, which was he was like a Second World War ship.
I know what you're talking about.
I just can't remember the name of the movie.
No, he made a war movie for Apple TV.
It was a war movie, and it was all CGI. It was completely, holy shit. He must have been like throwing up with those green screens. I'm sure he was just in a studio, whatever. But it was good. I mean, I love military and flying and shit like that.
And Tom Hanks is good with that stuff.
Yeah. And I love any kind of military movies. That's my kind of thing. And I love Tom Hanks too. But I think what I'm getting at is I bought the second Apple TV for the second TV set, not just so I could see this movie, but it was a little bit part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I dropped $200 on something that, so I was influenced a little bit by Tom Hanks. You remember the old King Kong I remember the old black and white one, but I remember one with Kurt Russell. I actually went to the movies to see that with my mum and dad. I think that was the 80s King Kong Kurt Russell one. Again, Kurt Russell. Awesome actor. Can't rate him high enough. I think he just turned 80 or something.
Yeah. His son's actually in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
He's playing the new Captain America.
Oh, he is. I mean, we cancelled all our cable, same as you guys did, and so now we just got internet. But I'm now creeping up on my fucking internet. My streaming services providers.
Yeah, it's like you're beating my cable now.
Yeah,
I got like 10 streaming services coming in.
So I got rid of all my fucking cable shit that I didn't need. I got the fastest internet that I could get, but now I'm buying my Netflix, my Amazon Prime, my fucking HBO Max, my Disney, whatever.
Yeah.
So holy shit.
I'm paying more than I was paying for cable.
Back up to it, you bastard. You got
me again.
You got me again. You got me in the end.